Hello, welcome. Today we will talk about conjunctions. Whenever two planets, or more than two planets, impact each other, degree wise, in the same house and sign, it is called a conjunction. There are three parameters to read any conjunction. First, we need to sync the natural traits of one planet with the natural traits of the other planet. For example, if there is an association between Mercury and Venus, it means that Mercury represents my education, my learning style, and thinking ability. If it is with Venus, then Venus signifies comfort and luxuries, so my education and my thinking ability can be like this. So I join the natural significations of both. After that comes the task of taking the lottery of both. If Mercury is my sixth lord and Venus is my 10th lord, it means there is a link between my sixth and 10th lords. My work, style, and the services I provide are influencing each other. And when it comes to my livelihood or profession, I should pay attention to these two planets. The third way to judge is, and when it comes to my livelihood or profession, I should definitely pay attention to these two planets. What is the third way to judge? If I take this Mercury Venus and say that Mercury is my sixth lord, Venus impacts my life. We judge conjunctions by parameters to learn about planets. This means that my services or my diseases could be related to Venus, and there could be an impact of Venus in my daily routine. So, in this way, we can tell a lot about the planet by judging one conjunction on three different parameters. Let's start this topic, and it's going to be very interesting. So today we are understanding conjunctions based on three different parameters. First, what is a conjunction? A conjunction means that two or more planets are sitting in the same house or sign and they are impacting each other degree-wise. So the first combination we have is, as I mentioned earlier, we will sync their natural traits. Then we will consider the rulership of one planet and the traits of the other planet. And finally, we will also discuss the rulership of both. How do planets behave with their traits and their rulership? First, we connected traits to traits, then we connected rulership to rulership, and finally, we connected traits to rulership. In this way, we have three types of combinations formed by the conjunction of two or more planets. Yes, absolutely. Conjunctions depend on which house they are in, which sign they are in, degree-wise, how far apart they are, how close the planets forming the conjunction relate to each other, and how they relate to the ascendant lord. All these factors can make a conjunction good or bad. But without going into this complexity, today we will simply understand conjunctions by taking an example. When we talk about natural traits, there is an association between Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter represents my wisdom, and Saturn represents my working style. This means that my work could be related to teaching. Jupiter signifies children. And Saturn is the natural significator of delay. So there could be delays related to children or pain. Saturn is the natural significator of delays. Now, both are significators of spirituality, and Jupiter itself is a significator of life. So, what attracts me to this spirituality and big purpose in life is because the qualities of both match here. What blending is here? There is only a blending of natural traits. Now, if we talk about Mars and Venus, we can say that Mars signifies the husband who could be money-minded or good-looking, and he could be rich. Because Mars, as the husband, is with Venus, which indicates these things, the property is signified by Mars. It could be near a bank or an ATM. As Mars also signifies brothers, their interests could be in music, dance, or crafts. The one that signifies the winner, which is the wife, may have accidents or surgeries in her life. Why? Because the wife is represented by Venus, and if she is with Mars, then there could be accidents or surgeries in her life. Because the wife is represented by Venus, and if she is with Mars, then there could be accidents or surgeries in her life. Now, we match the qualities of Mercury with the qualities of Ketu. Mercury represents my intellect. while Ketu represents spirituality, so someone's intellect can be spiritually oriented. The speech can be directionless or can be cutting towards someone because Mercury represents speech and Ketu is a headless planet. It also talks about cutting. So, when someone speaks, they might end up cutting someone off, or your speech can become so ruthless that you don't mind putting down. Mercury signifies the sister, so this combination also shows the challenges or hurdles in the sister's life. Ketu represents our maternal grandparents, so the people on the maternal side may be business minded or involved in accounting related work. So, this is the combination that can exist in someone's life when two planets influence each other with their natural traits. Of course, the degree matters and the results change. Now, we will talk about what your rising sign is. Now, according to the rising sign, if two planets are coming together, they also blend their lordship. In Sagittarius rising, Jupiter and Mercury align. My ascendant lord influences my personality. This means that a lot of things are coming together. My ascendant lord is associated with the 7th house, and my ascendant lord is also associated with the 10th house. So my personality is being directly influenced by my partner. Whatever is happening, good or bad, it impacts me proudly and deeply. If the association of the first lord is with the 10th house, then the influence on my business, reputation, and career has a significant effect on me, or it holds an important meaning for me. Similarly, Jupiter's lordship is also for the 4th house. The association of the 4th lord with the 7th house means that your home environment or mother can influence your partner. Or after the partner comes in, there could be a connection regarding property between the mother and the partner, whether for good or bad. The connection of the 4th lord is also with the 10th lord. This means that the education I have received is directly supporting my career, and my home environment either supports or does not support my career. So, here we will discuss how my home environment directly influences business or growth. Because the 10th house is also about achievements, it reflects the kind of atmosphere that exists in the home. The atmosphere of the 10th house relates to education, which I want to connect with career achievements, because the 4th house, which represents the mother, can be career related, or working on property matters together with the mother, or working on education. Because both of these are signifiers of education, we should focus more on education. Let's take another example. When we talk about lordships in Cancer rising, our first lord is the moon, and our 7th and 8th lords are Saturn. If these two are interacting or in conjunction, then your partner and treatment are directly influencing you. You will definitely be influenced because you are the moon, which is a benefic planet, and Saturn is a malefic planet. But this also shows that your partner or in-laws have taught you about business or social interactions. You have learned from them, whether in a straightforward way or a harsh way, but you have learned from them. This conjunction can also indicate abundance. The inheritance aspect can also be discussed, and it's not always negative. Depending on whether this conjunction occurs in the 10th house, your partner may have shaped your personality and career. If it occurs in the 11th house, then the games and properties can come through in-laws when we talk about inheritance. So, not all associations are bad. It clearly depends on where this association is and if there is no negativity. It can sometimes lead to positivity. We cannot directly take the conjunction of the moon and Saturn to a negative side. When we combine the natural traits of the planets with their rulership, for example, if someone's moon is associated with their earth lord, then the moon, which represents our mind, means that our mind is in the spotlight. In transformation, knowing the unknown, in discovering secrets, and in sciences or astrology. The impact of in-laws is on your mind and personality. The inheritance can come from the mother or the mother's side because the house is impacted by the moon, and the moon is impacting the Lord. So we are seeing a significant impact in both ways. Now, which planet will be the one to influence this will change our theme.
For instance, if my Mercury is in the slot, it will increase overthinking or being curious about unknown things, because Mercury itself is curiosity. And regarding the house, you all remain curious. Then Jupiter can give us wisdom or vision to understand transformation and see what has not happened yet. Jupiter can provide us with wisdom. Saturn can lead to detachment or meditation, being a lot placed with my moon, or it can also lead to depression. This combination can be bad or can completely make someone an agitated person.
Now, let us take another example like if Venus is with my 12th lot, then it means that the partner may arrive from the land immediately. Their connection could be from a distant place, or there is isolation in the relationship itself. A feeling of expression comes, a feeling of solitude comes. There can be a feeling of not being together, but feeling together, and you feel that the relationship only goes on van. Isolation shows loss as the 12th house represents it. It indicates loss with the partner. Look at this chart. Moon and Mercury in the ninth house. Moon and Mercury in Pisces. What insights can we derive? Moon is a watery planet in a water sign, while Mercury is an earth element in a watery sign. With a strong Mercury association, they have a heart in their mind. Mercury influences the watery sign and planet. Mercury's logic isn't clear. You're guided by emotions, by water, more than logic. The moon, a watery planet, is in a water sign, and Mercury, an earth element, is in a watery sign, causing discomfort. Ketu's influence makes Mercury's logic unclear, guiding emotions over. If there's a strong Mercury link, emotions guide you. Moon and Mercury together cause a struggle between logic and emotion. Travel might relate to education. Mercury represents intellect, and they recall past events well, especially with the water element. Water retains memory, so they don't forget easily. Observing the moon and Mercury, there may be an imbalance between your logical thinking and emotional responses, which is hard to manage. Next, travel may involve education, and opportunities for education may arise. Additionally, the ascendant lord is in the 12th house, and the 12th lord is in Pisces, confirms it. Mother may be business oriented, practical, and career focused. Discussing elephant memory, the mind retains memories, and Mercury represents our intellect. They recall past events and struggle to forget quickly, especially with water element. As water retains memory, water, moon, and Mercury association means they have elephant memory. Also, the moon is our ascendant lord, and Mercury is our 12th and 3rd lord. Then, when we talk about elephant memory, the mind retains what we remember, and Mercury represents our intellect. They can recall all the information about what happened in the past, and it becomes difficult for them to forget things quickly, especially when it comes to the water element. Because water has memory retention, the combination of water and the association of the moon and Mercury means that these people generally do not forget things easily. They have an elephant memory. Now we have also mentioned that the moon is our ascendant lord and Mercury is our 12th and 3rd lord. So let's try to combine these two. The moon has an influence on the 12th and 3rd lord. It means that my travel could be more related to water related places. I might enjoy sea travel. The expenses could be more towards mother or maternal figures. Then my expenses could be related to my singing or eighth house. So basically, the moon is related to the 12th and 3rd house significations. Now we will reverse. The association of Mercury is with the first lot because the moon is our first lot. This means you will use your intelligence to uplift yourself. Whether that intelligence is there or not depends on you, but you will work on your thinking and communication skills to develop yourself. Such people also feel that if they understand themselves, they have understood everyone. And they also think that the way you perceive the world shapes your mindset. Your perception creates your perspective on how you see the world. So, what is happening is that Mercury influences the person because Mercury has come to the ascendant affecting the ascendant Lord. So the qualities of Mercury have positioned themselves ahead of my ascendant, keeping in mind that Mercury is in a watery sign. Here, I will talk about being selfish, being cruel, and being practical. People influenced by Mercury tend to exit situations quickly when there's a loss, but logic must exist. If there's no logic in that Mercury, then they won't act that way. The first lot associates with the third and 12th lots. If there is no logic in that Mercury, then it won't act that way. Now, the association of the first lot is with the third and 12th lots. So the native will frequently change and have movement. In their life, there will be short journeys and relocations. The expenditure, that outflow, will be related to travel, lifestyle changes, and matters of the third house, in which we talk about learning something, developing and honing skills. Connection, ascendant and third house, means courage. It also shows a central theme where you need to demonstrate bravery, show vigilance, and opportunities and challenges come repeatedly where you have to prove yourself. So, what happened in their life is that their life is a bit different. So, she was young in her teens and had a relationship with one boy. Wherever she got pregnant, obviously, they told her, "You're not going to get married to him, so you," in a rush of emotions, she kept that child and released him as a single mother. The note of the agate is that there is one malefic planet in my ascendant. However, it is my significator planet. He will support me as much as he can, but in a vulnerable way, making decisions like this that might not have much support. Such a personality develops in these people. If you look closely, the association of Mercury is also with Ketu, which again creates a bit of a directional lens. The Sun, in the 10th house being exalted, also makes you stubborn. You think that what I've decided is right, and it is. The next time, whenever you see any conjunction, try to move at least 10 combinations out of it using these methods. First, mix their natural traits, then mix their lordships, then pick one trait, one lordship, and say something. And trust me, they will go wrong. With this method, we can say a lot from just one combination. Thank you so much